Laura, how are you today?
I am good, thanks.
Good to see you. Today we're going to talk about several things. I know last time we talked about Emily, your client. How's she doing this week?
This week she seems like she's kind of relapsed a little bit. It was really hard for me to even get her to meet with me this week.
Was she back using drugs or relapsed?
Yeah, she's, somewhat evasive about it, but it's pretty obvious that she's back using again.
Did you discuss any skills with her? Maybe talk to her a little bit about how her thoughts and her emotions work together?
Well, ever since she did the anger management courses that were court-ordered, it seems like, she already knows a lot of the language in a way. So it's hard for me to know when she's being genuine, I guess, or authentic versus just telling me maybe what she thinks I want to hear.
Right, good. Is she still with her child's father, and has CPS intervened, or how is that going?
Yeah, that's the other thing. They have, she seems to have separated from him temporarily. And that is one of the things that I talked to her about in terms of the life skill, because she's kind of on her own for the first time ever. She's, I think, staying with friends right now.
Any specific therapeutic measures, interventions you've been doing besides cognitive behavioral? Have you been looking at any other 12-step program, anything else you've worked with her?
Yeah, she seems to identify with the 12-step when she is relatively sober. Right now it seems like there just isn't real clarity of her thoughts. She's pretty impulsive. So actually what I'm really trying to do right now is almost kind of like a safety plan in a way. I don't think she's suicidal, but just as far as some of her impulsivity and even just being on the street, more or less.
So what kind of safety plan, what would it say?
Well, I think it's probably maybe what we might call just life skills, like you said. Basically that, again, that she would check in with me, that we'd have a plan, and that there's a backup, number or person that could be there for her. The kind of reviewing her list of contacts. I'm kind of worried about her again because now she has a car. That's one good thing. She finally got her driver's license, but it's also enabled her to kind of be mobile and not really stick to one location as far as just living. So I guess that's kind of what I mean. Does that make sense?
Sure. What about her, does she interact with her father? It's just mostly her mother that she has the relationship with. And what's your relationship like with the mother? Have you engaged her in therapy? Has she been going to any support groups?
I think the mom would be willing to, but she's just too busy with her work. She's working a couple jobs. And certainly that's where Emily goes when she's in dire need. She still has the cell phone, and I think is texting a lot to her mom. Her dad is still using also, so that, isn't the best option for her, but she does sometimes try to get his attention as well.
So how do you engage the parents at all? Or have you engaged them? Have you set up therapy sessions? Have you spoken to them by phone?
I've tried to reach the mom by phone. Dad pretty much, I'd say, is out of the picture in terms of responding to any kind of therapy. The one time I did talk to the dad, his views are, she's kind of made her bed. We've put her through one treatment program. She's just going to have to kind of grow up.
Yeah. So what about for next week? What would you like to see with her? Are you going to see her again an individual? Is she in group? How are you going to engage her next week? And really, what is the goal that you have for her for next week?
Well, next week, again, I think it's mainly to be, try and maintain some sobriety, but I don't know if that's, you know, really feasible at this point. Certainly our sessions seem to go better, you know, when she isn't using. So I'm not really sure I could use your help with that.
Perhaps I'd like you to help her develop a relapse prevention plan that she could work on, and to give her that assignment and give her a week to complete it. Have her attend meetings every day. Have her, does she have a sponsor yet?
No, huh?
Have her get a sponsor. So I'm thinking for next week when you and I meet, if you can have her attended meetings every day, completed a relapse plan, and got a sponsor. That way we can go over her relapse plan together. I think that would help. What about, did you read any of the book that I given you last week about cognitive behavioral therapy?
A little bit.
Okay.
I didn't get through all of it.
Okay, so maybe by next week, or how long do you think? Maybe next week have it done?
Probably, depends on the workload.
I know.
Trying to,
Good.
yeah.
Okay. So just so that we're clear, next week your homework would be finishing the book if you can and doing those assignments with your client. Any feedback you have for me or questions?
No, I appreciate the kind of the steps, you know, that you outline, and ways I could approach her, assignments for her, kind of. No, I'm sure I'll have plenty though. This gal is pretty challenging for me, so I'm sure I'll have a lot of questions as we go along.
Good. Okay, well, we'll meet at the same time next week. I'll see you then.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.